couple had placed candles outside the gates of the home of a French woman who authorities say has acknowledged suffocating 8 of her newborn babies. Police had already sealed off the house in the northern town of VAILLANT, and authorities are conducting DNA tests to establish for sure that Dominique Cottrez and her husband Pierre-Marie were the parents. Prosecutor VAILLANT said Cottrez, a 46-year-old nurse's aide, admitted delivering the babies herself and putting the corpses in plastic bags, burying 2 in the garden of a house that used to be her father's and hiding the rest in her garage. He told a news conference she's been charged with manslaughter, but her husband has been released.
Alors, Monsieur Cottrez, lui, le ciel lui tombe sur la tête.
As for Mr. Cottrez, well, the sky is falling on his head.
Nie que sa femme était enceinte.
This is what he told us. And he said that he was completely unaware that his wife was pregnant. Mrs. Cottrez is rather large, and so this might explain why it was not possible to notice when she was pregnant. And so equally, he claimed that he had no idea that his wife was getting rid of the babies after their birth.
But back in the town, neighbor Steve VICO wasn't buying that.
I think he's an accomplice. Personally, I think you can't, well, maybe you can hide 1 pregnancy, and she did, but 8, I think that's a bit too much.
Another neighbor, KASZYNSKI, was merely horrified.
No, not at all. It is revolting. It is monstrous. For me, they are monsters. They're not human beings. It's monstrous to have murdered 8 viable babies.
But psychotherapist Lucy Beresford said for some women, being pregnant is just too scary and overwhelming.
They go into a process of denying reality, perhaps concealing the pregnancy, not just from their spouse or from their family, but sometimes from themselves. And then when the baby actually arrives, the process of denying reality has to continue, and that's what often leads to infanticide.
The prosecutor said Cottrez remains in detention and will undergo further psychiatric tests. Karen Sloan, The Associated Press.